guys, I'm ChezPride and welcome back to another Sims 4 related video. And today I'm so excited because I'm finally going to be doing a first reaction to the Sims team's newest trailer for the Sims' newest upcoming pack, The Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature, aka the Fairy Pack basically. There's a lot more coming to the pack from what I understand than just fairies. But let's be real, the main selling point that they've been taunting us with is definitely fairies. And you're probably thinking, didn't this trailer come out like almost 2 weeks ago now? And isn't the gameplay trailer about to drop in like a couple of days? Is this really your first time seeing this? And yes. If you aren't on my Instagram or didn't see my last video, right at the end of the first week of Pride Month and less than a week before this trailer came out, my computer just kind of like stopped functioning. So I had to get it fixed. And it took a little bit of time, but I am back and I still want to do like a first reaction with you guys because I really enjoy doing a first reaction to the trailers and just giving my genuine, honest opinion. So that is what we are here to do today. So basically, while my computer's been down, I've been trying to avoid anything on the internet that says Sims 4 and fairies because I wanted to avoid the spoilers and give a genuine first reaction. So I'm very excited about this. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch it all the way through once with the volume and just kind of give our first thoughts, our first reactions, what I automatically think right offhand. And then I'm going to mute the sound on the video and we'll go like screen by screen and just really try to like break it down and see what we can see just from the visuals. And then I have a couple of different websites pulled up that have some articles and information on the pack that will give us even more information. So let's finally start this video by watching the trailer. So I am personally just watching this straight off The Sims' official YouTube page because I find that to be the most reliable source when looking for a trailer for The Sims. And if you're looking to watch this exact video yourself on your own time, it is just called The Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature official reveal trailer. Now when an expansion pack comes out, there are a couple of different types of trailers that come out for it. For example, the next one we're getting in a couple of days is going to be a gameplay trailer where there's someone walking you and talking you through the exact way the gameplay is going to work typically through a Sims perspective at least. But this one is the first trailer, which is why it's called the reveal trailer, because it's revealing the pack. And this one doesn't give us as much detail as the gameplay trailer does, but it's basically just a bunch of little short clips clipped together with music over it. And it's very quick pace, but because it's quick pace, it crams a bunch of information into a shorter amount of time to kind of give you like the main points of what's coming in the pack. So this one personally is 3 minutes long. And I have tried to turn the volume down where I can hear it in my microphone, but hopefully it won't blow your ears out. So hopefully you should be able to hear me talking and hear the music and it not be horrible, but we'll see. But I'm just going to shut up and stop rambling because obviously I'm rambling because I'm nervous and excited, but also nervous. So, okay, 3, 2, 1, let's play. Let's play it. Ooh, fairies! The world is gorgeous. The wings! The shoes. Ooh, the outfits. Oh, back to reality. That was very short-lived. That was very short-lived. Cass is cute. Ooh, no, the build is cute. Is that indoor plant? That's an indoor plant. Nature nomad aspiration. I am obsessed with the build. Build mode is, I'm obsessed. The world is pretty, but I've already seen a lot of the world. Gardening. You just ate a fish without eating it. Like cooking it. What? Ooh, foraging. Okay, so you can pretty much just forage anywhere, I guess. That's fun. Don't eat the frog! No! Oh god, gnomes. Okay. I wonder if you can bathe anywhere now. Because that is like previous spot. You can just sleep on the ground? Wait, what? What? Elements. I did hear something about elements coming. If you harvest these ingredients, I will reward you with a cure. I guess this is how they're including the apothecary that they're talking about that was coming. Ooh. I love how they're using the half walls there. Hobbit home. Hobbit home. I love the sleeping on the ground. The build mode in this is amazing. Element, simoleon fever. That's a weird element to have. Okay, there's making cures. Creation impulse. I'm very curious what this plant is because it showed it several times now. I'm obsessed with the mushrooms too. Oh, fairy house! Fairy house. The fairies did not want her coming in that house. The fairies are so pretty. The wings are everything I hope for. Oh, look at her little baby fairy wings. That's so cute. That rainbow. That outfit. For more gameplay, more fairies, June 26. Okay, yeah, that's like 2 days from now. Oh my god. Okay. So obviously there's a lot to go over here. It's going to be available June 10th. And there's obviously free digital content. If you don't know how they sell these expansion packs, it's kind of a sales gimmick. We all know EA is a money grabber. And if you didn't know, basically, but in the first like couple months the pack is out before it ever goes on sale, they offer these quote-unquote 3 bonus items. And every expansion pack comes with them if you buy it by a certain date. But the reason that you suck is because they're normally good. They're normally things you want. And there's no way to get them without downloading them as custom content after the certain date, because they want you to buy it before it goes on sale. That's the whole reason they do that. So I don't like the concept, but I do typically like the items. And this one looks like it's coming with a lofty leaf pond, a luminous lantern that has like little mushrooms in it, and another fairy home. So obviously we had the fairy house that we saw them dancing and flying out of, but you can also get a second one if you buy it by a certain day, which I don't like the fact that they did that. I feel like they should have chosen something besides the fairy house, but I guess it was a smart move on their part sale-wise. But I've turned off the volume, so let's go ahead and rewind, and I'm going to go clip by clip, and we're just going to kind of see what we can really get out of the imaging in this, because I feel like that went by very quickly and I got very easily overwhelmed, and I just want to break it all down. So like I said, I'm literally just going to go scene by scene and pause, and we're going to see exactly what all we can pick out of the background of this trailer. Now, obviously this trailer goes kind of quickly, so I might have a hard time getting the clearest standstills, but I'm gonna do my best. Just bear with me, you guys. Just bear with me, because it goes by quick and it's hard to pause it like super quickly. So let's go ahead and look at this first scene, because this was already automatically gorgeous when I first saw this. Like it took my breath away. Like, look at these trees. I'm obsessed with these trees. I really hope these trees aren't just in debug. Like, I get a feeling they probably will be with how big they are. But imagine getting these trees in just regular build mode. That would make my day, but probably not. But the debug in this pack is going to be so pretty. Like, oh my god, it may be worth actually going into debug for. But I'm assuming you can live here. I think there was 4 builders that made the builds in this world, which is actually more than they usually have. They normally only have like 3. But I'm assuming this is one of the houses in the fairy world. With the information we already know about the pack, there are, I keep saying fairy world. It's all a fairy world. But the neighborhoods, there's 3 neighborhoods in the world, and there's like a fairy, and then there's like a gnome and a regular, and then there's one where everything combines. Kind of like the same concept that they did in Life and Death with like the ghost and then the regular Sims, and then where they like come together. They're doing the same thing here. So with the fog and the whimsical trees and the glowing mushrooms, I can only assume this is part of the fairy world, but I'm already obsessed. I love the fact there's like a little bridge to cross to it. I love when like lots are isolated by themselves. I just think it's so pretty. I don't know. I'm really excited about this world, especially the fairy neighborhood. All right, but this is our first look at a fairy. And look how tiny the wings are. I was really hoping we were going to get tiny wings, because in The Sims 3, my favorite fairy wing was like the little bumblebee wings. I was obsessed with them. So I'm really glad to see the different sizes and wings. And another thing I'm noticing right off the hand, besides the makeup, I'm obsessed with the eyeshadow that we're getting here. But the headbands. Typically in the previous packs where we get headbands, like vampires for example, the headbands are tied to a hair. So you don't, kind of like the veil in Wedding Stories, like you can't have the veil as a hat. Typically the headbands are tied to the hair, like the veil is tied to that certain hair. But I saw the headband on a couple of different hairs, so I'm hoping it's separate. And especially since we've seen this hair without the headband several times. So, high hopes on that. But automatically I'm seeing new earrings, new makeup. The outfits are super cute. I will say, like, some of the outfits are not quite spooky day vibes. But I am seeing a couple of dresses in the fairies that do slightly remind me of Spooky Day, but I don't think they would like copy Spooky Day. Like, I think they're going to give us better casts than that, but I'm scared like there's going to be a couple outfits that scream Spooky Day pack. All right. But I'm loving the huge leaves and the huge mushrooms and all the twinkly lights. All right. Let's see. All right. So this, I'm assuming, is like other things in packs we've gotten in the past, where there'll be like a interactable tome or an interactable statue that you can click on, and it gives you like information and you can interact with it, and your Sims can do certain things with it to really interact with the world. I'm assuming that's what this is. I'm assuming it has to do with the fairies because it's in the fairy neighborhood. All right. I see a house in the background. Wait, no, go back. No, go back. I want to see the wings. I want to see the wings. Oh, and also the pathing is gorgeous. Okay, hold on. I want to see a good shot of the wings. Look how cute they are. Oh my god. They're so glowy. I love the fact they're so glowy. Okay. I saw this plant a couple of times. I'm wondering the significance of this plant. Like, I'm assuming it has to do with the Katha fairy skill, or possibly something to do with the fairies' magic, because there's fairies like flying around. I don't know. Also, those purple flowers are gorgeous. But look at those shoes. Wait, no, give me the shoes. Those flowers, absolutely gorgeous. Is that the new willow trees? I hope that's not in debug too. I love a good willow tree, and we only have one. But I want it. Those shoes are so cute. I'm obsessed with those shoes. Okay, sorry. I know that's not important, but they're cute. Alright, so this is the first look at one of the fairy dresses. See what I mean? It's slightly Spooky Day vibes, but not as bad. I don't know. That's the only way I know how to describe it. Alright, but that's kind of the first look at the dress. It kind of has this like weird underlayer thing. I love the arm piece, though. I've been wanting an arm piece like that for so long now. Alright, and now we're going back into the regular world. So this is kind of just like the normal stuff, the non-fairy stuff. So we got a better look at that new hair. We're about to get a good look at her outfit. So we have some more like teenager looking clothes, which I really appreciate. We also have some more mature looking clothes. I really like this dress. I'm hoping it has better swatches, but I do like the dress. I'm obsessed with this hair in particular. Like, these are all good new hairs, but this hair. All right. Unfortunately, a lot of the furniture I'm seeing looks like base game furniture or something very similar to base game furniture. This coffee table is new, though. I know that plan is base game. I'm pretty sure these couches and these lamps are base game, too. That's a little disappointing. The first furniture scene we see is like full of base game. Okay. I think that's the new wallpaper though. I do like the wallpaper. Alright, let's see. So that's a new necklace. Again, a lot of this is base game. They're looking concerned about her. But then you go in here and this is where the good stuff is. I'm obsessed with this. Like, look at these plants. Look at everything on this wall. This bed. Oh my god, this bed is stunning. This is exactly what I wanted when I thought of a bed for a fairy pack. And just the plant clutter. Now, I'm scared that I'm seeing a lot of base game plant clutter. I am seeing a freezer bunny, which I'm really happy about. I am seeing a lot of base game stuff in this trailer, though, which I'm kind of disappointed by. Like, I know this is base game. I know that a couple of these plants are base game, like this and this. I don't know. I do like all the viney stuff. These are new shelves. They're very naturey looking. I think this is probably like a naturey looking column. This is a new shelf. This is a new dresser. I do like the cute little plant statues. Okay, there are some new things. And this end dresser thing is also base game. Alright, but this is exciting. It looks like we're getting indoor plants that we can literally keep care of indoors. I'm hoping this doesn't make like all the indoor plants where you have to keep care of them like it was in some of the older games. But it looks like we're finally getting indoor planter pots that you can like sit on tables so you can like come and water your plants. And it looks like you can like physically spray it with a water bottle. I love it. I love that. And also this wallpaper is so fun. This chair is really cute. I'm obsessed with these windows. Everything in the build mode, I'm obsessed with. Look at these. Is that a painting or a window? I can't tell. I think this is maybe a collage of pictures. I think with plants. That's definitely a mirror. Look at this cute little dresser plant here. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Alright, so it looks like one of the new aspirations, I don't know if we're getting multiple aspirations. I think I've read that, but I can't remember. But it looks like one of the ones they're showing off is the Nature Nomad, because we need more nature-related aspirations and traits, honestly. Alright, we've already looked at all this. Ooh, I'm just looking. The more I look at the wall decor, the more I'm obsessed with it. Alright. That's a new plant, a little house plant. I don't know if that's one of the ones I have to keep care of or if it's decorative. This is kind of another shot of the world, like through the window. We can get. Oh, look at that roof texture. It's like almost the texture on the roof. Like the shingles are almost like curved. That's very interesting. I'm kind of obsessed with that. Alright, so here is the gnome in normal sim world. So it looks like it's a lot of water in the world. I appreciate it. Looks like this is probably a beach you can walk down to. They have some docks you can walk down to. I'm assuming a lot of these are shells. Like, you're not going to be able to live in, like, all these houses. I'm assuming this is kind of like the town area, because a lot of the town areas typically have shells. Like, it looks like this would be something, like, these two houses look they're livable. Possibly this house looks livable. I don't know. I love the big path coming into town. Those very Sims 3 vibes. Very Sims 3 vibes. I don't know. I'm intrigued by the roofing I'm seeing. Like, I'm starting to feel like we're going to be getting a roof update. We get the big patch update on, I think June 1st is when we're getting the big patch update. I don't know if we're getting another one before it, because they used to put the big patch update 2 days before the pack came out. But recently, in the last time, they've been putting them out a couple weeks before, and we know we're getting one on the 1st for sure. So I'm wondering if we're gonna get more roofing. I don't know, because we have the Hobbit homes. I'm also seeing more flat roofs here, and I don't think we have the flat roofs like that. Am I crazy? I don't know. I don't build as much as I do other stuff, but I do build some. I feel like the roof. We're getting new roofing options. I don't know. Like I said, I've been trying to avoid spoilers. So let's go ahead and look at the next scene. I love this shipwreck like statue. Looks like you can come here and like read about it. It has like this mermaid, fairy-esque looking. I'm kind of obsessed with that. Oh, look, Sims are swimming in the water here. You can swim next to it. That's actually really cool. Alright, here's the big gnome. Gnomes freak me out, guys. In The Sims, gnomes freak me out. Especially when they come to life on Harvest Fest. I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to bring gnomes to life outside of Harvest Fest. I think that's going to be a big part of the pack, and I'm very nervous about it because they freak me out. They're kind of like, I don't know, the weeping angels of Sims, except they can just like burst into flames. So I don't know, they make me nervous. But look at this white tree. I'm obsessed with that. I can't remember if that's base game or if it's new, but I'm obsessed with it. I'm loving these bright colors on these buildings. I don't know if these are plants we're just getting a debug, but this is definitely a new plant. Love these fairy lights. Surely they would give us these fairy lights. They wouldn't put them in debug. Let's see, what am I seeing clothes-wise? I'm liking the colors, like the red colors in this pack, like clothing-wise. It looks like we're getting a lot of yellows and greens, too. Look at these pants back here. Those are really cute. I'm also obsessed with the butterflies. Is that Sim catching a butterfly? I really hope I think the Sim is catching the butterfly. Oh, I love catching butterflies in Sims. That was one of my favorite things to do in The Sims 3 is like make my kids go to the park and just like catch butterflies all day. And then I'd like stack the butterflies like high as I could. Like it would just be like a stack of butterfly containers from like the ceiling to the floor. I was obsessed with it. I don't know why I love doing that. It was one of my favorite things to do in The Sims 3. Alright, okay, so this tree trunk we've seen a few times in leaked pictures. It looks like the Sims are interacting with it, so I'm assuming it's kind of like the tome we were talking about earlier. It's another thing like that, but in a different neighborhood. Because this, I think, is the neighborhood where the fairies and the regular Sims combined. We've seen this building a couple times, so I'm wondering if it's a rabbit hole or if it's one of the like bars or lounges or something you can go into. Again, just the landscaping in this world is gorgeous. Look at these like purple plants here. I'm obsessed with it. Wait, I just noticed that the fairy lights are going along the roof line. Normally we only get that with like the season decorations. That's really exciting. I really like that. And these windows are really cute. I really like the build mode in this. I'm a little obsessed with the build mode. This, I'm not exactly sure what it is. It looks like it's like a flower press. I don't know. But it looks like you could, like, kids can wear little fake fairy wings, which I'm obsessed with. I was really hoping we were going to get that. I hope it's for, like, kids and younger, not just kids. Like, I hope toddlers and infants also can wear little fairy wings. We have one outfit that has, like, a little bumblebee wing, which I am obsessed with for toddlers. But I want more. All right. Also, these plants, those look like their base game, but I don't know if they're new, but they're so pretty. I know these are new. And I'm obsessed with the pathing in this world. I'm just obsessed with this world. And these willow trees. I want these willow trees so bad. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so this is kind of showing where they're working on the gardening. At this point from this trailer, I was really hoping that this trailer would kind of show more things to do with gardening. And I know we're getting like the indoor plants, but I'm really hoping that the base game update, I know as I just said that we're probably getting roofing, so that's probably the big feature, but I was hoping that we're getting like a big garden overhaul, but the gardening is so broken, and I'm so scared they're gonna like bring in the gardening with the apothecary skill and indoor plants, and it's just not gonna work because gardening is already so broken. So I'm really hoping for a garden update. But as you can see here, you can kind of see one of the base game planter boxes just here in the world. Is that a ramp? Am I imagining that? Is that just train manipulation with the stairs? Like, I can't see because of the railing. That almost looks like a ramp. I may be getting myself excited for nothing, but even just the illusion of a ramp like that would be really cool. I don't know if like that would have, like, I feel like that'd be such a tease if they gave us like a rabbit hole with a ramp. And I guess they've done that kind of like in the university world. They have like ramps, or you could also go like stairs where, and I get together, but not like this. This is like a ramp building going up to a building. I don't know, maybe it's stairs, I'm just imagining it, but very exciting. And also the plants on the railing I'm obsessed with. I'm obsessed with wallpaper. Again, all the windows I'm obsessed with. Oh my goodness. Alright, these benches were cute too. Looks like there's some more fishing decor. Here's another look at the fake fairy wings for the kids. Yeah, it looks like this is a fishing spot. Oh, wait. I'm not obsessed with them eating the fish and the frogs, guys. I'm not obsessed with it, but this hat I'm a little obsessed with. This hat is kind of funny. What I've noticed, though, is so far when I see the boats out in the back in the water, it's just, like, not as good quality as I want it. And that's really disappointing because I'm a big world girl. I love to, like, go and, like, look at all the nooks and crannies in the world. And I was really hoping this would be a better quality visual, but you can't win them all. Is that a new beard? I think that's a new beard. That's definitely a new outfit and a new hair. Alright. Is it just me, or does the icons look different? Especially later on when we see the sleep icon. I feel like the icons look a little different. I don't know if that's just because of, it's probably just for the purpose of the video. I'm probably just overthinking that, but that's something I noticed right away is the icons looked a little different. I'm so obsessed with this sweater. Okay. Alright, so it looks like your knees can go down faster. I'm assuming, because it looks like, from what I can tell, we're getting, like, more living off the land stuff, which is not something they made, like, super apparent. Because you get the option to forage, you get the option to sleep. So I'm wondering how that's going to work. I'm very excited to see little Simsy, have Stanley Humphrey just sleep on the ground. I know she's probably already said that. Again, I've been trying to avoid spoilers, so I haven't watched her videos on this yet. But this is very exciting to me because I've actually never done a rags to riches or get rich type quick video where I start on a completely blank lot. So that makes me kind of want to try it because you can forage and sleep on the ground out in nature. Look at these mushrooms. They're so cute. Alright. Yeah, she's literally just digging anywhere in the world. Because previously you could only dig in like dig piles. If you can dig anywhere in the world, I'm assuming like it's probably you can only do it so many times and there's going to be like a timer you have to wait or something. But if you can dig anywhere in the world, that's a game changer. Because that means you can go to any world, any place, and just dig. You don't have to go look for dig piles and have your Sims like run all over the place. That's really cool. And it looks like you can even get frogs. It's not just like plants. I wonder if that means you can also get like possibly like crystals. I don't know. Maybe I'm taking it a step too far. I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much. Again, stop eating the raw animals. Please, I don't like that. Oh, and there's the dancing gnome. I don't like the gnomes, guys. I'm sorry. That is the one thing in this pack so far I don't like is the gnomes. But that's just a personal issue. I think if you're a gnome fan, you're going to like it. See, look at this like stinky icon. Doesn't it look different than our normal icon? I don't understand why they would change the icon for the video. I don't know. But we have some new plants back here. Here's another look at that willow tree. I really hope we get that willow tree in build mode. I'm going to be really sad if we don't. Alright. But we can also bathe in the water. You can do that in like Solani and stuff. Like in beach worlds. But I'm wondering if we can do that in any water now. Because it's showing here like we can sleep anywhere and we can forage anywhere. So I feel like we should obviously be able to bathe in like any water. Maybe in like base game worlds, this world, and worlds from here on out. I don't know about all the worlds. I don't know if they would go back and patch that in every single world. But look how cute she looks like curled up on the ground. And those daisies are cute. Oh, and this is I think where she's getting her element. So elements, I feel like they're just like a expanded way to get sick in the game, from what I understand. But they're like actual sicknesses that can be cured. Like you can make the medicine to cure it. With the apothecary skill, they've been talking about the apothecary skill, which really excites me, but also makes me nervous because I want like a quick remedy. Like I want to be able to like go on the computer and buy a quick remedy like I can with regular illnesses. I don't want to be forced to get the apothecary skill, go harvest plants, and then, you know, have to work for it every single time I get sick. Because knowing the Sims, at least at first, they're probably going to, what I'm assuming is going to happen with ailments is they're going to pop up so many times. Like, I'm hoping they'll have an option where you can turn them off. But I'm assuming the way it's going to work is when we first get them, they're going to like, spam them. Where your Sim is going to get them like every other day or something like that. And it's going to get really annoying. And they're going to have to go back and tweak it and patch it and like slow it down. But that's just going off how they've done things in the past. But also these genes so. Alright, but it looks like she has like bug bites almost. Oh, it's called sonic sinuses. So apparently you can have allergies. That's kind of fun. It looks like she's allergic to something though. So it looks like we have a board for the world like we do in like Horse Ranch and stuff. Here's those pants I liked again. Ooh, the fairy lights are swirled around the tree. That's exciting. Alright. Okay, so it looks like we have like a plant shop, which is fun. I'm assuming you can get like your indoor plants here. I'm seeing a bunch of stone pathing. I'm almost hoping that that's terrain paint. that you can make it look like big stepping stones. It would be cool to have like individual stepping stones that you could individually place, because we don't have a lot of those. We only have those in Debug and like one kit. Maybe Horse Ranch? I can't remember. But I feel like we don't have enough stepping stones, but I almost like the idea of them being a terrain paint instead of taking up item counts and having like a bunch of different little ones. I don't know. Just my personal thought. It looks like this is going to be the apothecary table, because you can do the apothecary skill yourself. But what I'm seeing here in this trailer looks like you can come pay the person to make the medicine for you, which I, as a person that works in a pharmacy, am really excited about. But it looks like it's a quest. It says, if you harvest these ingredients, I will reward you with a cure. So it looks like you have to work for it, even if you ask them to make it for you. So you might as well just do the apothecary skill and get it yourself. Like, that's how I feel about it, but I'll try. I will very much explore both options in gameplay. I'm also just obsessed with this little stand in general. Todd Attenberry is the name of this NPC. So we can harvest petals. We can harvest a bottle Moody shrub potion. This is a very interesting plant. I want to learn more about it. Ooh, new woohoo bush. New woohoo bush. New woohoo bush. I guess we were going to get that with the pack. Okay, we have deliver ingredients to Todd. Oh, look at these little mushrooms growing on the stump. That's so cute. I'm seeing a bunch of fairy lights in this pack. And it's like he literally like mixed it up with a little morn and pestle, and then like gave her a little medicine for her to eat, and it magically made her better. This is a better shot of the world. Like, it looks like it's giving cottage living vibes, like the park part of that world. But I'm not mad about that. I'm really obsessed with that part of the world and that world. Yeah, that's the correct way to say that. Alright. So this is a better look at some of the build stuff. I really like the way that they did the half walls with this new stone wall texture. Again, the apothecary table we have. I'm hoping that Morn Pestle is not completely tied to the table, but I'm assuming it is. This little side table is cute. This is, I'm assuming, one of the little indoor plants. It looks like here is showing that even if the plants are higher than the sim, they can still like water them and care for them. So that's good that they include that. They're not going to be like glitchy. Well, they might still be glitchy, but you know what I mean. I don't know if that's decor or a natural fairy house. I don't think that's an actual fairy house, but it has the little fairy house vibe. Is that a new sink? It looks like an outdoor sink, but maybe I'm wrong. Alright. Oh no, it is a sink. Okay. I mean, this I'm excited about. See how flat this roof looks? Like, I know I've seen simmers like super talently build hobbit homes like this, but I feel like they're not that flat on the top. So I feel like we have to be getting a roof update with how they've been showing these. But also these windows and doors, obsessed. These wall plants, obsessed. These little purple leaves, obsessed. I'm obsessed with all this. I'm kind of sad. I don't think these are new planters. I think these are base game planters, which I'm a little sad about. Like, I know we're getting the indoor plants. I guess this is showing you don't have to use them indoor. They're more like table plants. But I feel like these planters that have like the flowers for the apothecary skill are just still base game, which is a little disappointing. Alright, she's gardening. I'm hoping we're getting some kind of upgrade to the gardening system, but I'm loving the way she's just like rolling around on the ground. And look at this house. This house is so gorgeous. I don't know if this is just showing off what you can do in build mode, or if this is the actual house you can live in. But I love that it's like an indoor-outdoor vibe. I really like that. Look at that mirror. Oh my god, that's gorgeous. That there's a new fireplace. It looks like you can almost make like a house tree vibe. Like this looks like a tree indoors almost. Like it's on a platform. Obviously they have terrain manipulation going up to it. Ooh, new swing set. I don't know. I really like this. I'm curious what this is. Is this a window? Or is this like a wall texture? I don't know. But I'm obsessed with this window. It looks like an eye. Yeah. I don't think we have these roofs yet. These roofs look way more like curved and more customized. I think we have to be getting a roof update. I feel like we have to be. Alright. Anything else? Oh, this is a little roof piece. I'm obsessed with all the mushrooms. Alright. Ooh. New kitchen set. New kitchen set for sure. Definitely don't have this kitchen set in the game yet. It looks like we also have like potion. I'm assuming these are like the cures for elements and whatnot. With the apothecary skill, this is probably what they look like up on the shelf. And it looks like we have a new recipe book. A bunch of new kitchen clutter. Here's another one of those indoor plants that you can water and keep care of. Oh, and this is some more cast we haven't seen. And she's wearing an outfit, though we haven't seen her in yet. And this is one of the new elements, Simoleon Fever. I'm curious how these elements are going to work because they sound really interesting. It looks like she's also studying her. So I guess if you're building an apothecary skill, you could probably study the elements. Also, new hair. I'm loving the fact there's more in pestle. Okay. This plant is super cute. Better look at that little outfit there. We have a new living room set. That's the second coffee table I've seen that's new. This table back here is definitely new. This is her making medicine. So, the guy made medicine for her earlier, and now she's making medicine for her. That's cute. That's cute. So maybe that's showing that you can learn it through mentoring. I guess with the update before business hobbies, you can learn anything through mentoring now. But still, this has to be another one. Creation impulse. I'm wondering. I feel like these sicknesses aren't normal sicknesses. They sound like they're tied to like other things in the game. Also, this hat. Just obsessed with this hat. Love this. This little gnome picture is so cute. That's the second fireplace I've seen. I think we're getting more than one fireplace, you guys. Look at this rug. This rug is so cute. This flooring is so cute. Alright. Back to this little plant thing. This is kind of a... I think this has to be a magical plant. Like, I feel like this has to be tied to that. Alright, but here's more mushrooms, big plants, and this is the fairy house. Okay, so we kind of saw this clip already at the end of the live stream they did, but it's basically just the fairies having a party in their fairy house, and that's kind of how fairy houses worked in The Sims 3 as well, as the fairies would like shrink and go down in them, and then you can like dance and have a party in there, or you could eat or sleep or woohoo. Like, it was basically like their own little house that you could put on a lot, and obviously you can't go inside of it because it's super tiny, you wouldn't be able to see anything, but they rabbit hole inside of it and like keep care of their needs and have fun and whatnot. So really excited to see fairy houses back. I don't think they could make a fairy pack without fairy houses, right? Like, that would just be wrong. But also super cute fairy house. I'm hoping we're getting more than one. Obviously we're getting the one that's the digital added content, but I don't count that. I hope we get more than one. As cute as this is. I love that like it like kicks her out. It's like, no, you will not look inside. And as you can see, the fairy comes out and spreads her wings and gets bigger. I'm obsessed with the wings in this pack. This dress is really cute. Okay, that's not spooky day vibes at all. But I'm obsessed with these wings. That hair is so cute. Again, she's in a different outfit, so she's in some overalls now. Is that a pregnant fairy? I feel like that's a pregnant fairy, and that's how pregnant fairies fly around, because she's like holding her belly, and this sim is just like flying around and like, oh, playful, like, but this sim is like holding her belly. Also, another headband, more wing options. Oh, we even got a look at some of the like male fae outfits, which I'm obsessed. This is like typical fairy wear in my mind. This dress is super cute. This is more modern, but still cute. Oh, it's like we also have some green and blue mushrooms. I've only been seeing red so far, but I like the green and the blue ones too. Alright. Ooh, I'm obsessed with the hairs. The hairs are really good. Ooh, look at this like diamond necklace almost. The wings are so pretty. Oh my god, they're better than I hoped they'd be. Alright. So I think this is where she turns her into a fairy. So kind of like with vampires and werewolves, you can ask to become a fairy, and they just turn you into one. And this is what, I guess this is what it looks like when she becomes a fairy and flies for the first time. Her little tiny wings are so cute though. They're so cute. Alright, so, and then there's this world. Oh, here's a better look at the shoes I was trying to get a better look at earlier. I didn't exactly have bows on them. But I'm obsessed with this rainbow. I really hope we can walk right here. I'm totally getting my Sims engaged right here. Like, at least one of my Sims has to get engaged in front of this rainbow. I'm obsessed with it. I'm thinking this is magical water. I don't know, but I really like it. I really like it. This is also kind of the outfit that I said earlier. Kind of reminds me of the Spooky Day stuff. But now I'm looking at it in this scene, it reminds me less of it. And still obsessed with the arm piece. I'm pretty sure these headbands are separate items, which I'm obsessed with. And just this world. I really want these trees. I'm going to be so sad that these trees are debug. I know I keep saying it, but I'm super excited about the trees. Alright. So more gameplay, more fairies. June 26th. That's a couple of days from now. Yeah, I think we've seen pretty much everything that there is to point out. So there is a pre-order page that we're going to look at. Is there any more information? I think that's everything as far as like dates that it reveals and whatnot. Obviously, we had the pack coming out June 10th, and then the gameplay is going to be June 26th. So I think with that, I have a couple of articles with information pulled up on them. So let's go ahead and jump into those and really see what's coming in this pack. Because I pulled up the articles, but I haven't actually read them yet. So I'm very excited because there's a lot that's coming in here. Like, obviously, there was some stuff I knew from leaks and whatnot, like the apothecary skill I knew was coming and whatnot. I did not know living off the land like that was going to be coming, though, so I'm very interested to read about that. So let's go ahead and jump into that. So like I said, I have a couple of different pages of information for us to go through, but the first one I wanted to look at was just the actual sales page where you can pre-order the pack. Now, obviously you don't have to pre-order it. There's not really a benefit. There used to be like when packs were $45, if you pre-ordered it, you got it for $40, but now you get it for $40 for no matter what. So I don't know the exact point of pre-ordering it, but if you know you're like gonna get it, I guess it doesn't matter. But if you want to like see reviews on it first, you might want to wait. Or if you want for it to go on sale, but obviously if you wait for it to go on sale, you're not going to get the pre-order items, which is kind of depending on whatever you want. But if you did want to pre-order it here, you can just go to the EA website and pre-order it here. And it has that same reveal trailer that we just watched, but it also has some screenshots that I don't think were full on from the trailer. So this first one we are seeing here shows a little bit more of like the indoor plants. So it looks like these are all our new like indoor plant potters. It shows her watering the plant. We have a cute overall. I think that's new tattoos. Oh yeah, this is more bathing in water, so I guess you can really bathe anywhere. More catching frogs. Ooh, this rug is really cute. This rug is really cute. I'm also obsessed with these windows. I'm wondering if this is a curtain or is it attached to the window. I don't know, but I'm obsessed. Here's another look at a bed. I think it's a different bed. I don't know if it's a different bed or the same bed in a different swatch, but I'm obsessed with it either way. There's canopy beds in this game, you guys. There's canopy beds. Let's see, what else? Okay. Ooh. Okay, yeah. This, very spooky day vibes. I mean, it's better. It's cuter. But it's still, this is the most spooky day vibes I've seen so far. Is that a glowing tattoo? That's really cool looking. Okay, this reminds me of Puck. This is very, okay, when I say Puck, you guys might, if you watch my content for this pack, you may hear me refer to Puck a lot, and just look up Puck Andrew Arcade Sims 3 and you'll understand. That was my first exposure to fairies in The Sims 3, and because of that, that's automatically what I think of when I think of male fairies. And this is very much giving like green Puck vibes. Puck, I think, was like purple, if I remember correctly. That was like 15 years ago. I don't know, but I was so obsessed with it. But that's what it reminds me of. He's talking to the plants, so I guess you can like help plants grow. Again, another headband. And I'm pretty sure I've seen that hair without the headbands. I think we're getting separate headbands. I love the little fairies. I love the fact that the little fairies aren't just like blobs. You can actually like make them out. I don't know if I've seen these a couple times. I don't know if these are just window decorations or they're actual functional fairy houses. There's another plant. Here's a gnome being satisfied. I'm obsessed with this whole sim. Hold on. I did not expect to get horns. Horns? We're getting horns? That is so cool. I love the butterfly dress too, but the horns is what caught my attention. Also, I'm loving the fairy ears. Is that new teeth? I think that's new teeth as well. Okay. Apparently, we're just getting a whole, like, body overdue in this pack. I love it. With new teeth, new ears, new horns. Obsessed. Absolutely obsessed with everything I'm seeing in this pack, except for the gnomes so far. Is that a fairy house or just, like, a decorative? That may be another fairy house. I'm hoping we get several fairy houses, but it's EA, so we might not. Alright, so let's see. Now we have more normal looking Sims, like non-fairy Sims. So here's another, I don't know if this is that the apothecary table or is that the kitchen set? I can't tell. It's like an indoor-outdoor situation, so I'm having a hard time telling. There's like a glow around that plant. I'm wondering if that's like, it has like a fairy spell on it or something. I think this is like her giving the sim a cure for his ailment. Oh, this is like a cool looking gnome. It gives almost like Gandalf vibes. I don't know, I kind of like it. I don't like gnomes, so I kind of like that one. Also, we have some new like just basic wall art, which I really like. We don't have too much of that. Ooh, is that a new kitchen tile? I really hope that's a new kitchen tile. And then the last screenshot is actually one we've already seen and talked about on this channel. It just shows the 3 worlds. This image did leak beforehand, and this was the image we first saw all 3 neighborhoods of the world in. So I'm not going to go over that one in too much detail, but it is there as well. But along with those pictures, we have actual descriptions. Of course, we have the digital gameplay content. So this is the gameplay content in game. You can kind of see the sizing of everything. I'm actually hoping the palm was going to be slightly bigger. Maybe I'll be more impressed in real life, like when I actually see it in game. Alright, but this is our feature list. So we have Live Among the Trees, The Fairiest Folk, A Balanced Lifestyle, and A Land of Enchantment. So it says Step outside and make yourself at home in nature. With the nature living skill, Sims can meet their needs outdoors without beds or plumbing. Okay, so it looks like you have to have the nature living skill. Totally doing a video of speedrunning that skill. Super excited for that. And then it says, the nature world has a lot to offer, and the Sims can forage to uncover what is hidden. Find everything from crystals to frogs to food. Okay, cool. You can find crystals that way too. Oh, I'm really excited about that. I'm actually really excited about that. And food. I didn't expect to find food. I guess mushrooms count as food. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. This way of life is perfect for Sims with the new nature nomad aspiration. That's the only aspiration I think I've heard so far. I was kind of hoping there's a fairy Pacific one, but we'll see. Maybe I just haven't got to that yet. Sims can even bring the great outdoors inside with new pots for gardening on tables, counters, shelves, and more. I like that I can put them on counters and tables. That's cool. The 3 new traits, plant lover, yes. I've wanted a plant lover or a green thumb trait for so long. I'm kind of sad it's not base game, but I'll take it. And then we have mystical and disruptive. I'm assuming those have to be like fairy related, like the type of fairies you can be. I mean, I guess you could do it with regular Sim too, but kind of the vibes of the different fairies I'm seeing so far, I'm thinking mystical and disruptive have to do with that. Playing roles with how Sims relate to their world. All right, the part we all care about, the fairies. Do you feel nature's mystical pull? Embark on a special journey and become a fairy. Fairies can develop the abilities that let them nurture plants, change the moods of others, and a whole lot more. Okay, so you can obviously impact plants. We kind of all assumed that would be a part of fairies, but I like the fact you can change the mood of others. Kind of getting like spellcaster vibes, and I love playing as a spellcaster. My favorite occults to play as are spellcasters and vampires because of the magical abilities. So I'm really excited about this. The new fairy story okay, there is a new aspiration specifically for fairies. Good. I want to play through that too. We'll have you choosing between harmonious and disorient fairy paths. Okay. So I'm guessing that's kind of like the skill trees we have with like vampires and stuff, but it takes, I don't know, I'm assuming it's kind of like that. Create a fairy sim with wondrous wings and make them unique by painting. Or you can paint the wings or you can paint on the skin. I'm assuming you can paint the wings. That's really cool. Wait, that's really cool. Plus, add wind whistles, accessory, glowing tattoo. I was right, that is a glowing tattoo. Okay. And more. Non-fairy Sims can also have magical fun by using fairy dust to enchant plants, bring gnomes to life, and more. Do not bring the gnomes to life. I don't want the gnomes to come to life. I mean, I'm going to try it probably at least once just to test it out, but I don't think I'm going to be bringing gnomes to life very often, you guys, unless I have to. But I am excited about the fairy dust. And I like the fact that the non-magical fairies Sims, like non-fairy Sims that don't have access to magic can use fairy dust. Alright, the next category is called a balanced lifestyle. Prolonged negative emotions cause imbalance, and imbalance can lead to ailments with strange effects. So it looks like your mental state and your physical state can lead to different sicknesses. Interesting. They aren't always bad. Maybe you like a lot of gnomes at your house. No, I don't. But if you want a cure, you can turn to the new apothecary table and hone your apothecary skill. There's a cure for every one of the 8 ailments, so there's 8 of them. Plus 14 more recipes with other fantastical effects. So I guess probably the apothecary table you can make math. I'm trying to do math right now. 22 cures or recipes, maybe more, but that's what I'm counting. Sims who enjoy the apothecary skill can become Nutripass, a level 10 career where you can cure Sims at home. I guess that's like, is that like a play at home career? Like, or do you go into a lot, or do you, it says you can cure Sims at home, so I'm assuming that's like kind of the city living careers where you can work from home. They may also take on elixir Effusive aspiration. That's at least 3 aspirations I'm seeing so far. Make sure to watch your luck, which affects everything from cooking well to developing elements. It doesn't say anything about just buying a cure. I really want them to like be able to buy a cure. And if I can't buy a cure, I want to be able to turn the elements off, because I don't just want to be playing like my regular gameplay that I don't want to work on the apothecary skill in and be forced to do the apothecary skill. That's my only concern so far. And then the last one is just about the world. It says, a land of enchantment. In this screen is a beautifully lush green world where Sims live in harmony with nature. There are 3 neighborhoods, a quiet waterfront town called Coast of okay, I'm so sorry if I screw up the names of these towns. Coast of Adhamor, where they are about gnomes. Spruceberry Grove, where nature and civilization blend together. And the magical forest of Everdew. From meeting Mother Nature and starting your journey towards Fairydom to use the glasswood tree statue to summon Spruce Almighty. Wait, what? Spectacular pictures. Wait, what? We have Mother Nature. We have what? Okay, first of all, Spruce Almighty. I went and saw the movie Bruce Almighty in theaters. So I was very like, that's automatically what I thought of, because it's one of my favorite childhood memories. But let's see, glasswood tree statue. Okay, is that the one with the face, or is that the rock one we saw? Because we saw 2 different of those. I don't know what Mother Nature would be though. I can't think of something we saw that would be Mother Nature, or is that like a sim that we meet? I'm very interested in the Mother Nature thing, and also what Spruce Almighty is. Maybe the glasswood tree is the little glowing statue we saw, and Spruce Almighty is this tree stump with the face. Not for sure. That's just what I'm guessing. Still don't know what Mother Nature would be. Very interested. But that's everything it says on the pre-order page. But then they also put out a whole article that gives us even more details into all of these categories, and it looks like also is showing off the builds, or some of the builds that the Simmers did. So let's go ahead and quickly go through this little article right here. So this is also on EA.com under the Sims 4 category, and it's called Become One with the Nature World and the Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature. Can you hear that? It sounds like soft whispers of Mother Nature is calling you to a charming new world. Oh, never mind. That's actually just nature calling from a privy bush. Oh, yeah. I did see that we had a new privy bush earlier. Anyways, the Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature expansion packs welcomes you to In a Screen, a beautifully lush and wonderful land where Sims and nature live perfectly or chaotically in chaotic harmony. Okay, so I think from what I've seen online, In a Screen is supposed to be based off of Ireland, which I'm really excited about. I guess that's why I really like the world so much, because I think Ireland is gorgeous just from the pictures I've seen. I would love to go to Ireland one day. But it says, if you're ready to answer nature's call, let's dig deeper into the whimsical soil of Innisgreen. So it says, sprinkle a fairy dust, please. Innisgreen on in this pass is all about balance and recovery. Let nature living come naturally and make the sim community build feature by Enchanted. Nature is the categories we're looking at here. Yeah, it looks like this is the same picture we saw earlier, but it gives more information on the topic. So it says, sprinkle a fairy dust, please. Mother Nature has a there's a pun there. Mother Nature has a very interesting proposition. You should choose to accept it. Okay, I guess this is a sim you can talk to? I'm so confused. With her guidance, sims can become the fairy they were designed to be. And once they complete their transformation, they'll have the choice to flutter down 2 very different paths. There's the harmless fairy, a benevolent wing helper who wants to aid other living things and find health and balance. And the disoriented fairy, a flying mischief maker that enjoys stirring up a little chaos, making everyday life harder for sims around them. This is the one I'm interested in playing with in detail. I do have a Let's Play that's going to come out with the fairy character. It's not going to be really based around the fairy gameplay. I probably include some of it, but I was wanting to come out with it for Pride, and then my computer messed up, and then fairies came out. I was like, well, the character and the challenge that I'm doing would fit perfectly as the main character being a fairy, specifically a fairy like Puck, like I mentioned earlier in the video. So very excited about the fact that you can be a mischievous fairy. That aligns perfectly with what I want to do. But it says, fairies can develop abilities that let them why am I struggling with that word today? Care for plants, manipulate objects, change the moods of others, and more. But be wary of emotional starvation. Rather than living off food, fairies absorb emotion to survive, either directly from sims or bottled emotion potions. Failure to do so may welcome their ultimate demise. Does that mean does that mean you can die from emotional starvation? Is that the way to kill a fairy? The way to kill a vampire is the sun? Or does that mean they'll just turn into a regular sim like a plant sim does when their needs go down too far? Very, very curious. Very curious. I'm hoping it's a new death somewhat, but also I'm not scared of it being a new death. I don't know. Mixed emotions. I need more information. You'll be able to customize your fairy look to your own fairy liking with an extensive array of wings, skin tones. Oh, I didn't know where you knew skin tones. I guess that makes sense. Did I not? Is there? Oh yeah, this is a new skin tone. I think it looks like an alien skin tone. Yeah, I guess we are getting more fun skin tones. Okay, that's fun. Skin tones, ears, teeth, nose, all that. Head accessories. Okay, so I think the headbands are separate from the hair. Super excited. Glowing tattoos I'm really excited about. And more. Fairies can even use their fairy charm to deliver a special woohoo. I'm hoping that's the fairy house woohoo. Or what if it's the transcendent woohoo where you can what if they flew up in the air and woohooed in there? That would be so fun. But I'm assuming it's a fairy house woohoo. Don't worry, non-fairy sims, you can also have some magical fun with fairy dust, using it to enchant plants, bring gnomes to life, and more. So whether your fairy sim chooses to sow wonder or spark chaos, your sim with a fairly interesting neighborhoods is just the beginning of your fairy tale. Emphasis on green. 3 neighborhoods make up Innisgreen, each one of them connecting to nature in their own unique way. There is the coast of Ardmore, a peaceful seaside village where everyday Sims enjoy simple pleasures. Stepping out of the town brings us... Okay, so this is the first one we're talking about. Now we're talking about stepping out of the town brings us to Spruceberry Grove, a vibrant blend of friendly shops, cozy homes, and draping ivy that blurs the lines between civilizations and the nature world. So I'm assuming that's this one. And then the last world is or neighborhood they're talking about. I say world and neighborhood, mixing them up a lot, my bad. But this one is the last one we're going to be talking about, which is... And finally, we venture into the deep, magical forest of Everdew, a thick and mysterious woodland humming with enchanted energy. Super excited about that. And this is in a screen is a full of new adventures, skills, and traits too. You can balance moves and discover natural remedies with the apothecary table, seeking out Mother Nature and embark transformation journey to become a fairy. So do you have to go through Mother Nature to become a fairy? Because I thought from the trailer it looked like you would just be able to do it through another fairy. I don't know. I'm very interested in this. Be your best plant parent and fill your home with new array of houseplants, or unlock your inner nature nomad and dwell among the trees and live off the land. We already saw this picture. So it says it's all about balance. Living in tune with nature is more than playing in dirt and hugging trees. It means respecting the natural world and promoting a balance and coexistence. I like the idea that living in a screen, Sims must become emotionally grounded and find that balance or welcome chaos. When Sims start to lose their balance and become imbalanced, life can get a little harder to navigate. For example, one may acquire a new skill at a slower rate, or their everyday needs may become harder to solve. Okay, so I'm guessing this is why in the trailer all the needs were dropping really quickly. I was kind of wondering what this is about. And if the Sim enters very imbalanced territories, that's when elements start to show up, like green meanie. With this element, the Sims learn and complete gardening tasks faster than normal, yay, but they're constantly angry and prone to outbursts that are off-putting to other Sims nearby. Eek. That's just one of the few many. There's emotional void, simoleon fever, sonic sinuses, just to name a few. Okay, so they're making your Sims life harder. They're making your Sims life hard. I'm assuming that imbalances will probably, or at least I'm hoping you can probably turn off the imbalances, therefore probably turning off the ailments. If you can't, that would be very annoying. I'm assuming someone would make a mod for it, but I'm hoping they'll just put that in the settings in the game where you can just turn that off. I'm assuming the imbalance, where you'd be able to tell would either be in your needs or in the Simology panel. I don't know. I'm very curious how this is going to work, but I'm also nervous for this because I feel like this is just going to be one more thing that you're going to have to worry about with your Sim. Now, I like the idea of ailments every once in a while, but if it's going to be every time my Sim is in a bad mood, they're going to get sick, I'm not going to like that. So I'm very curious but cautious about the ailments and the imbalances. But the imbalance isn't the end. It's simply the beginning of a new journey. Ailments can vanish and moves can improve with cures and elixirs crafted from the apothecary table with special ingredients like lightning root and laurel blossom. I'm assuming laurel blossom is that plant that I was questioning what was, that was looked all magical. Found while gardening and foraging, Sims can follow internet recipes for treatment with fascinating effects. And With the right amount of practice, one can take on the lesser enthusiastic aspiration or become a neuropath, a new profession that serves to cure fellow Sims for ailments. Is that the 4th aspiration? If we already seen that aspiration, we have at least 3 or 4 aspirations now. That's a lot of aspirations for one pack. Achieving balance, however, may require a little luck. Sims living in Industry may experience good, ordinary, or bad luck, which in turn affects their career, love life, cooking, foraging, and other interactions or tasks. Luckily for you, there are 2 luck charms that can be found or purchased and made at the apothecary table, which will modify your Sim's luck for good or bad. Okay, again, I'm assuming this is something that they'll probably have being able to turn off in the settings, but this actually excites me because I actually used to love giving my Sims the lucky or unlucky trait in The Sims 3. Like, that was just really fun to me. I always thought having unlucky Sims was hilarious. So I'm kind of sad it's not a trait, but I am glad that they are adding a luck system. And I think it's cool that you can get little crystals for it. And the fact you don't have to make them, the fact you can buy them, I really appreciate. Which gives me hopes that you can buy the medicine too. But we'll see. And then it says, now you have to ask yourself, will your Sim seek balance or will they embrace the chaos of an unbalanced life and nature? Let natural living come naturally. Step outside and make yourself at home. Whether you're honing your nature living skill or seeking the nature nomad aspiration, Industry gives Sims the chance to eat, bathe, sleep, and thrive entirely off the land. Forget modern comforts. This is about embracing simpler life in rhythm and balance with the world around you. From eating freshly caught fish and sleeping in the grass to foraging apothecary agreements and summoning a privy bush when nature calls. You can summon it? Okay, that's actually cool. Everything in new discovery and experience brings your Sim closer to self-relevance. I'm doing a whole video over just raising this skill just because I want to be able to summon a privy bush. I hope you can also woo in the bush you do, but as much, like, all this sounds like real life horrible. I would never do this in real life. Eating freshly caught fish and sleeping in grass, no thank you. No thank you. But putting my Sims through that sounds fun. I want to torture my Sims. I mean, I guess like some Sims would enjoy it, but I would not enjoy that. I'm allergic to grass and I have a phobia of fish. And I don't like being out in the nature with bugs. So, I like my AC. So, I would not enjoy living in this situation, but putting my Sims through it, I think would be fun gameplay. I mean, people already do that anyways. This is just a more fun way to do it. For those not quite ready to give up hot showers and cozy beds, me, you can try the plant parent life instead and welcome a collection of new living houseplants inside your humble abode. I think that's really cool. I was not expecting houseplants. That actually caught me off guard. I'm really excited about that. They're not just decoration like they've been in the past. They only water, care, and constant companionship. Don't say constant. I want it to be something like I only have to think about once a day or like every other day preferably, but probably not. You'll even be able to place them on shelves, tables, floors, and transform your home into a tranquil garden sanctuary. Now, do you aspire to be a literature enthusiast or a nature nomad? So you make the Sims. Okay, so looks like now this is showing off the different builds that Simmers did. So it says, to capture the enchanting atmosphere of Industry, we partnered with creators the Cracked Kyber, the Sim Scrolls, and 2 more I'm going to completely murder the name of. Nina Schmidt. That has to be German. And Sandra Pike. Okay, that one wasn't as bad as I thought. To build an array of captivating and unique lots. The neighborhood of Inniscreen not only draws the nature and fantasy elements, they also take some inspirations from the architecture and aesthetics of Ireland and Celtic strategy. Okay, yeah, I was right with the Ireland thing, which I'm very excited about because I love Ireland, Germany, all of that. Like, that's why Windenburg is like my favorite world, because it's like based off of Germany. But like, just Germany and Ireland are in general are 2 places I just think are beautiful. All right, I'm probably a little biased because my family history is Irish, German, and Cherokee. So slightly biased there, but just my personal opinion. All right. But it looks like Cracked Kyber, also known as Megan, built the Whistling Gardens, the Star Sunge Lounge, as well as 8 Gnome Coast Street. So that's 3 lots. Hold on, how many lots do we have? So that's 3. See, the next one designed 3 lots. Did they each design 3? It looks like they each designed 3. And there's 4 of them. So that's at least 12 lots right there. And that's not including blank lots. Like, typically, the worlds come with blank lots. So maybe this is going to be a bigger world like Windenburg was, which I would really love. But it also is possible that they just aren't going to give us blank lots, which I would be really sad about. I actually am a big fan of blank lots, as long as there's less blank lots than there are actual lots. But I don't know. Oh, I feel like they used to give us so many lots in the world, and now like they barely give us any compared to what they used to, at least with the expansion packs. So I'm hoping with the fact that we're getting 12 lots that are made by Simmers, that we're also getting blank lots, and it's going to be a bigger world. I miss bigger worlds. Even if the lots are smaller in bigger worlds, I kind of appreciate there being more lots. But, so those are done by this person, Megan. It looks like it's a park type situation. Yeah. So this is like a park, and then they made a house as well as a lounge. I'm assuming this is the park or the lounge. I don't think you can live here. Oh, I was really okay. That's what I was hoping was going to be a ramp. It's stairs, but it looks like a ramp from the way they did it, which is really impressive. I'm just sad I kind of went on that rant now. I was like, what? They're giving us ramps? No, they're not. But the roofing, I think we're definitely getting a roofing upgrade. Also, look at these fences. That's so pretty. All right. And then the next person, the Sim Scroll, designed 2 residential lots as well as a exhibit. So it looks like there's going to be a gnome exhibit, which is kind of scary. But this looks like this is one of the lots you can live in. That roofing though. Oh, I'm so excited. And also just the terrain manipulation that is used in this world is so pretty. I'm obsessed with these fences with like the plants on them. Also the gate into the fence. I don't know, and the everything in build mode I'm obsessed with. For absolutely everything. Okay, this is that house that is shown in the first part of the trailer. So it looks like it's like built into the tree almost. I'm obsessed with the bridge coming across. But Nahaya Schmidt. Schmidt is German, right? Or Nina. Nia Schmidt. Okay, I'm just going to call Nia. Designed 3 residential lots. So this is one of the residential lots that you can live in. I'm obsessed. I want to build on this lot. I'm sorry. I'm going to bulldoze it and build on it, but I'm obsessed with this lot. And then the last summer was Sandra Pike, who built 3 of the lots. Let's see. Gringles. Is that all? What is Gringles? Hold on. Gringles has a local hotspot for Sims to enjoy a future. Oh, Gringles is the bar. Okay, so this is, I'm assuming, what the bar is, considering it has like a little gazebo moment. And then she built 2 houses as well. Okay. And then the rest of this is just about the exclusive content, but this is another picture of kind of the world and whatnot. It has the exclusive content, so the little fairy houses that are shaped like stumps, and the little lance, and the pond things. Alright, so that is the whole article. And there's a couple more things I wanted to go over. Just kind of quicker things. The first one being the fact that we actually have more information out and more information coming that I'm not exactly going to go over. And let me give you my reasoning why. So basically, the Sims team has given us another roadmap. This is like, what, the third roadmap? Fourth roadmap? Third or fourth roadmap that we've gotten this quarter? Quote unquote quarter? I don't know. The timing for the quarters have been weird. But all the other ones have had dates, and this one has not. But it is a roadmap for content coming out about the packs. So obviously, they like to do a live stream every time we get a new expansion pack. So we have that here. But we also have other stuff that has and is coming out. So basically, they're doing spotlights. I'm assuming they're going to show off like everything or almost everything in the live stream. Typically what I do with live streams is I don't make videos on live stream. I make videos on the reveal trailer and the gameplay trailer. I don't make video on the live stream just because I don't want to watch that on camera or, have to get all the information out of it when I'm literally going to be making reviews all over all of it when it comes out. So I do watch the live stream, but I wait for it to be recorded so I can fast forward through the build and create some items. Now, granted, I was pausing and looking at all these screenshots and being like, oh, that's new, but I don't like when they show off the items and sit there and show off all the swatches, because I like every time a new pack comes out, the very first thing I do is go into create sim and build mode and do first reactions for you guys. Now, I do know enough. I typically try to know enough about creative sim and build mode to know what's coming, but I don't like to physically look at the items in every single swatch. So a lot of these spotlights that are coming up in the earlier the timeline, like these creative sim spotlights and build by spotlights, have been the Sims team putting out short little clips that are going through almost every single item in either creative sim or build and buy and whatnot. And they're also going to be doing, they haven't come out with the world one yet, but they've come out with creative sim and build and buy. And I've been kind of avoiding them because I still want to do that first reaction with you guys, which is why I don't watch the live stream live. So I'm not going to be showing you those, but you can go to the Sims YouTube page and all these spotlights they're posting on there. I think they're also posting them on their social medias as well. But obviously we have the gameplay trailer coming in a couple of days, and then the live stream, and then there's Discord challenges. It just says Discord challenges, and there's already one out, so I don't know if there's going to be more, but there is one out right now. Also, I'm obsessed with this little fairy sitting on the fairy house, and I'm pretty sure that's the part probably we're getting with the event. Which, speaking of the event, the day this video is coming out which is going to be coming out the day after, or I'm recording it, or the morning after I'm recording it. I'm recording this at night. They're coming out with a new base game event. It's going to be like a Nature's Calling event. I don't know exactly what it's going to be doing. I'm assuming it's with the pack theme. It's probably going to have to do with living in nature. But I'm very excited about it. I already have made the sim that I'm going to be playing with it as, even though I don't know exactly what the actual event is going to be. But it's going to be a base game event, and you can earn prizes. It is a timed event. I've gone on that rant before why I don't like timed events. Same reason I don't like this free content if you buy by a certain date, just because it's all temporary and you have to like download custom content if you don't have console, or if you don't have PC and you play on console, you can't download custom content. It's a whole thing. But we do have another one of those events coming up today, or tomorrow for me, but today for y'all. So that is very exciting in that we are getting another one of those events, kind of like preparing for the pack, but the pack is coming out in the middle of the event, which is I'm a little confused by. I think they should have made the event to where it ended before the pack came out, but that's just my opinion. But that's not on the list for some reason. I don't know. I thought that was kind of weird. But the Discord challenge is. So if you go over onto Discord, which I'm not a huge person on Discord, like I don't get on there often, just to kind of basically show you the challenges they give. But there is a new challenge. It is a garden challenge. And if you enter this challenge, you can win a copy of Enchanted by Nature. You do have to enter by July 10th, which is when the pack comes out, and the winners won't be notified till the 19th. So I'm not going to be doing this just because I always buy the pack the day it comes out, like the moment it comes out, as fast as I can. But so it would be kind of pointless for me entering. But I think that the actual challenge is kind of cool. So it says, Social Simmers, do you prefer manicured landscaping, or maybe do you prefer to let nature take its course and bask in a wilderness-inspired garden? No matter what kind of garden you enjoy, now is the time to show off. Share any garden you've designed in The Sims 4 in the hashtag The Sims 4 garden entries for a chance to win one of 10 copies of Enchanted by Nature's expansion pack. And then they give you exact instructions on how to do it. You need to include a nickname, a description, and if you have a gallery ID, your gallery ID. And yeah, it basically, you just enter this contest with this hashtag, and you will be submitted to possibly win a copy of Enchanted by Nature for free by the 19th. Now, obviously, a bunch of people are probably going to be entering this if they haven't already, because it was announced a week ago. But I still thought it was a cool challenge, and if you're looking for a way to possibly get the pack for free, it's probably a good idea. But that is pretty much everything on the actual pack. But while I was gone, there was also a patch update on my birthday, let alone. I did not have my computer on my birthday. I couldn't even play Sims on my birthday, you guys. It sucked. It sucked. But there was a patch update that came out on my birthday, June 17th. And it wasn't big. It didn't fix any of the big glitches we've been dealing with that we've been trying and hoping we were going to get the last few times we got a patch update. But they did announce, I think yesterday, that the patch on the 1st will at least fix the weather, like snowing and raining inside, which was one of the bigger glitches that we had. Though, unfortunately, I don't think they're fixing the for rent glitches yet, which makes me a little upset. But is it for rent or, but no, it was for rent, not business and hobbies. Yeah. But there is it has been announced that they are fixing the weather, raining and snowing inside. But on this patch update, there's just a couple of things. As you can see, very few things. But it says, Social Summers, today's update features a handful of bug fixes on community feedback. We will be sharing a new laundry list soon regarding community reported issues where we're currently investigating and aiming to resolve in the next base game update, which they've already announced is the 1st of July. So it says, what's new in The Sims 4? The full update from May 27th is now available for Simmers on Xbox and PlayStation. Thank you for your patience. So I didn't realize this when I made the video over this patch update, but apparently this patch update that we got back in May was only for PC. I don't know why I didn't realize that. I normally notice when it's that, but they're finally getting that patch update plus the stuff that's coming right here. So for everyone, the bug fixes we're getting in base game / multi-pack, so it's like base game mixed with other packs. We resolved an issue where Sims models could become distorted when traveling shortly after aging up. That would be very annoying, I would agree. And then Sim portraits are now probably updated with career outfits when Sims join a career. And then with business and hobbies, we have one. So small business employees no longer disappear after loading the lot from managed worlds or create Sim screens. And then for seasons, we have 2. It says the New Year resolution menu now correctly appears when making a resolution. And the Scout Badge process UI no longer appears without text. So not any huge patch updates, but it still was a patch update that I figured was worth mentioning. But we will be getting another one the 1st. I don't know if we're going to get one the 8th. Like I said, they used to always come out with one 2 days. Like a pack would come out on Thursday, and then we get the patch update the Tuesday before. But recently they've been doing it like the Tuesday the week before. So I don't know if we're getting 2 or if we're just getting the 1. But we're at least expecting one more huge patch update before the pack. Because before a expansion pack comes out, there's always a huge pack like update that normally gives us like at least 1, if not 2 big features. Like think like pools and like stuff like that. So a bunch of exciting stuff coming out. A bunch of exciting stuff has come out. I really like the trailer. Like I actually like the trailer more than I thought I would. Honestly, I know I went a little obsessive with it. I'm sorry, but I got in all the nooks and crannies. Again, there was those videos that came out that are showing off all like the build stuff and the creative Sim stuff. I just don't like spoilers. I very much don't want the spoiler. I just want to see what's in the trailer and possibly what they show off in the live stream. But like I said, I normally fast forward them showing off like the clothes and like the build items. I just listen for like new features, like them talking about like aspirations or like fairy wings or the glowing tattoos. I'm very interested in what they're going to say about that, but I'm probably not going to look at any of the clothes, so I can still give like a genuine first reaction. But that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully I've caught up on all the news I've missed while I was gone. Again, sorry about that, but yeah, I can't exactly prevent my computer from just like not being logical and not working. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that awesome stuff because you guys are awesome people. I'll see you next time. All right,